Just 3 days before Phase 3 of Bengal poll battle, stunning audio leaks have exploded in Bengal. The audio tape allegedly contains interaction between an interrogator and cold scam accused Anup Majhi's aide Ganesh Bakaria. It names Mamta's nephew Abhishek Banerjee for running an extortion racket in the state. Tapes also accuse Mamta of turning a blind eye to her nephew's alleged illegal activities. The BJP has called it a smoking gun of Mamta's alleged syndicate. India Today does not vouch for the authenticity of the tapes.
पब्लिक क्यों नहीं उसके अगेंस्ट होती है?
देखिए क्या होता है ना, अभी सर को बताया कि ममता बनर्जी एक इतना बड़ा लाइन खींचती है ऊपर जाने की, अभिषेक बनर्जी इतना बड़ा लाइन नीचे खींच देता है।
तो ये वो उनको नहीं पता होगा, वो क्यों नहीं कुछ उसको बोलता?
एक चीज बताइए, मैडम को ना धृतराष्ट्र होता है ना, धृतराष्ट्र, बस मैडम धृतराष्ट्र बन जाती है ना, बच्चा काम नहीं करने देते हो तुम लोग, ये वैसा, इसलिए तो सब अच्छे सीनियर छोड़ के गए हमें ड्यू टू अभिषेक। चाहे मुकुल राय बोलिए, सब्यसाची दत्ता बोलिए, शोभन चटर्जी बोलिए, फिर आप ये
अधिकारी
और भी जाने के लिए तैयार है, कोई खुश नहीं है इससे। इसको अच्छा बोल सकते हैं कि भाई ये एक फिक्स इनकम आ रहा है हर महीने।
कितना मोटा मोटी कितना वहां तक पहुंच जाता था, उस तक कितना पहुंच जाता था अभिषेक तक?
35 तो लास्ट 2 साल 2.5 साल 35 बिल्कुल लग रहा है
उस तक पहुंच जाता था हर मंथ।
बाकी जो
यानी कि वहां तक डिलीवरी कम से कम 35 तक हो जाता।
अशोक मिश्रा आपको उसके पास एग्जैक्ट फिगर वही देता था साहब के साथ लास्ट 2.5-3 साल से 3 साल से
अशोक मिश्रा आएगी।
3-4 साल हो गए।
तो वो वही पोस्टेड है 3 साल से वही
नहीं,
पोस्ट।
पहले विष्णुपुर में था।
अच्छा,
डायमंड हार्बर में अभिषेक का कंस्टिट्यूंसी। अभी 2 साल से इधर है, 1.5 साल में 2 साल से इधर बोल के गया हमको बिलिंग में दिक्कत हो रहा है, इतना दूर से लोग को बुलाने में, फोन पर नहीं बात करना, तो वही नजदीक में पोस्टिंग कर दीजिए, सबको वहां बुला कर डील कर ले।
अच्छा, किसको? विनय को बोला?
विनय को बोला तो विनय अभिषेक तो किसी से बात नहीं करता था। ये लोग क्या करेंगे उसे, इतनी बदमाश, घर में आग लगवा देंगे, पब्लिक के थ्रू फैक्ट्री में लुटवा देंगे।
क्या इनके पास इस तरह का मैन पावर है क्या?
पॉलिटिकल पार्टी में क्या नहीं है सर, पुलिस नहीं आना चाहिए, वो लोग तो उसका तो सब कुछ कर सकते हैं। घर में या फिर गांजा रखवा देंगे, जाली नोट रखवा देंगे, आर्म्स रखवा देंगे, केस करवा देंगे। तो देखे हुए ना सर, ये अभिषेक बनर्जी ये लास्ट टर्म में अभी 5 साल में इतना एनडीपीएस केस करवाया है ना अपोजिशन के, पुलिस वाला लोग थक गया, इसलिए बहुत है, इससे बहुत डेंजरस।
तो उसका फिर कट कहाँ जाता है? जैसे कि जो भी कलेक्शन होती होगी तो कट कहाँ जाता है?
लोग क्या करते हैं,
शुरू से ही भी नहीं देख रहा है, कब से
टीएमसी गवर्नमेंट आई है उसके समझ लीजिए 1.5 साल बाद से चालू हो गया था, 12-13 से चालू हो गया था।
The BJP hit out at Mamta Banerjee after this alleged tape came to light. Let's hear it.
The tape reveals, such is the audacity of these extortionists, that in one such meeting, an extortionist who is close to Abhishek Banerjee was sitting next to the commissioner and making illegal demands from various people who wish to invest or undertake a legal activity. प्रतीत ऐसा होता है कि ये भ्रष्टाचार का एक शोरूम और होम स्टोर खोल रखा है ममता दीदी ने। और चिंताजनक ये इसलिए है कि अगर बंगाल की जनता त्रस्त होकर इसकी शिकायत करती है तो सरकार की जिम्मेदारी होती है कि कार्रवाई हो, एफआईआर हो और ऐसे दरिंदों को जेल की सलाखों के पीछे डाल दिया जाए। लेकिन दुख की बात यह है, क्योंकि कट मनी है, हर चीज का एक रेट चार्ट है, तो उनको जेल की सलाखों पे नहीं डाला जाता है।
It is Mamta versus Modi in poll-bound West Bengal. Both Didi and Prime Minister Modi were in Hooghly on Saturday, this to address their campaign rallies. The district witnessed a series of attacks and counters from both sides. Here's a complete report.
A fierce battle.
गरीब की बाड़ी मिट्टी में मिल जाती है, लेकिन तृणमूल के तोलाबाजों की उनकी बाड़ी और उनकी गाड़ी इसका साइज बढ़ता ही जाता है।
এরা বাংলা ভাষাটাকে শেষ করতে চায়, এরা বাংলাকে শেষ করতে চায়।
Series of blistering attacks and counters. A power-packed Saturday for West Bengal. In a historical battle for Mamta's fortress, PM Modi and Didi came face to face in Hooghly district. What followed next were attacks.
यहाँ की मिष्टी दोई और मिठाइयों की तो बात ही अलग है। फिर इतनी कड़वाहट कहां से लाती है दीदी?
And counter-attacks.
নরেন্দ্র মোদি, অমিত শাহ এরা বাংলাকে ভাগ করতে চায়, এরা বাংলাটাকে লুট করতে চায়, এরা বাংলাটাকে ধ্বংস করতে চায়, এরা বাংলা ভাষাটাকে শেষ করতে চায়, এরা বাংলাকে শেষ করতে চায়।
PM Modi cornered TMC and Mamata while addressing a rally in Hooghly. And the Khela Shesh jibe once again took the center stage.
कोई कभी ईवीएम को गाली दे, कभी चुनाव आयोग को गाली दे, तो समझो उसका खेला शेष है।
The PM did not stop there. While addressing another rally in South 24 Parganas, PM said, Mamta's challenge to contest from Varanasi shows that she has accepted defeat.
दीदी की पार्टी अब कह रही है कि दीदी अब वाराणसी से लोकसभा चुनाव लड़ेगी। दीदी ने बंगाल में अपनी पराजय स्वीकार कर ली है।
Didi did not relent either. She targeted PM for skyrocketing cooking gas prices and unfulfilled promises.
গ্যাসের দাম কত এখন? 950। উজালা দেবে বলেছিল, সবাইকে উজালা দেবে, উজালা আজালা হয়ে গেছে এখন।
In poll-bound Bengal, with political temperatures soaring more than ever, the fight for winning the state is only set to escalate ahead of Phase 3 polling on 6th April.
On the one hand, the TMC has thrown the challenge to Prime Minister Modi in Varanasi in 2024, and on the other, Prime Minister Modi today himself declared that he will be present in Bengal post May 2nd to watch a BJP government being sworn in as Mamta's regime is overthrown. The battle now is definitely personal, and undoubtedly it's Mamta versus Modi in 2021. With camera person Sajid Alam, Polami Saha for India Today.
The poll battle in Bengal has once again reached Election Commission's door. This time, the BJP has moved poll panel against West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. The Saffron Party has alleged that Mamata's statement claiming that the party pays people for attending rallies violates the Model Code of Conduct. The BJP claimed that Didi has several charges of bribery and is spreading hate against the party. Mamata, while addressing a rally in Kulpi yesterday, alleged that the BJP pays people to attend its rallies. Prime Minister Modi, during his rally in Hooghly, slammed Mamata for her paid audience barb, saying that she is insulting the people of Bengal. EC came right before the final day campaigning for Phase 3 poll scheduled for Bengal on 6th of April. The EC complained of the BJP, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath would today make the last-ditch effort to woo the voters in poll-bound districts for Phase 3.
हद तो इस बात की है, अब दीदी आप बंगाल की जनता के अपमान पर उतर आई है। साथियों, दीदी ने कहा है कि बीजेपी की रैली में जो भीड़ जुटती है वो पैसे के लिए जुटती है। मैं जरा आपसे पूछना चाहता हूं, जो भी सच हो आप जवाब देना। मैं आपसे जानना चाहता हूं भाइयों बहनों, क्या आप इतनी गर्मी में इतने घंटों से इतनी परेशानी उठाकर यहां आए हैं, क्या पैसे के लिए आए हैं? क्या पैसे के लिए आए हैं क्या?
Tamil Nadu Chief Minister EPS on Saturday slammed MK Stalin over IT raids conducted at the latter's son-in-law house. EPS questioned why can't Stalin's daughter be raided and what does Stalin have to fear? Addressing a roadshow in his constituency, EPS pointed out that AIADMK had not created any fuss in spite of several AIADMK ministers being raided by IT department. On Friday, IT sleuths searched the home of Stalin's son-in-law, including 4 other locations. DMK leaders call the raids to be politically motivated and sent us bait to stop them from campaigning. Tamil Nadu, remember, goes to poll on 6th of April and the results are going to be declared on 2nd of May.
Days before Tamil Nadu goes for polls, income tax officials have carried out a crackdown on DMK Chief Stalin's relatives and party leaders. Income tax detectives conducted searches at Stalin's son-in-law Sabarison's properties in Chennai. One of the properties that was searched is Nilankarai, where Stalin's son-in-law and his daughter live. Search was also carried out at a guest house where Stalin used to occasionally stay. The DMK chief has called the raids politically motivated.
ஏற்கனவே அதிமுக அமைச்சர்கள் மீது முதலமைச்சர் வீட்டில், துணை முதலமைச்சர் வீட்டில், அமைச்சர்கள் வீட்டில், தலைமைச் செயலாளர் வீட்டில் எல்லாம் ரைடு நடத்தி அந்த கட்சியை மிரட்டி உருட்டி வச்சிருக்கிறாங்க. அதனால தமிழ்நாட்டு உரிமைகள் எல்லாம் பறிச்சிருக்கிறாங்க. ஐடி சிபிஐ வச்சு எல்லாத்தையும் மிரட்டுறாங்க. ஒன்று மட்டும் மோடிக்கு சொல்றேன், இது திமுக, மறந்துடாத, இது திமுக. நான் கலைஞருடைய மகன். இந்த சலசலப்புக்கெல்லாம் நான் அஞ்சி ஒடுங்கிட மாட்டேன். மிஸ்ஸாவையே பார்த்தவன், இந்த எமர்ஜென்சியை பார்த்தவன் தான் இந்த ஸ்டாலின். நீ எத்தனை ரைடு நடத்தினாலும் அதை பற்றி நாங்கள் கிஞ்சிட்டும் கவலைப்பட மாட்டோம்.
Income tax officials also conducted searches at DMK's Karur candidate Senthil Balaji's residence. Raids also took place at DMK's Anna Nagar candidate MK Mohan's and DMK MP CN Annathurai's residence.
Income tax department is being used by BJP government. They may think that they can threaten DMK with this. DMK cannot be threatened like this.
India Today has now accessed inside scoop on the raids. Sources told India Today that income tax officials suspect that those raided were allegedly involved in cash for votes. IT department did not disclose any details about recoveries made, but sources reveal that incriminating material on tax evasion has been recovered.
தேர்தல் நெருக்கத்தில் இப்படிப்பட்ட சோதனைகளை நடத்தினால் தளபதியோ அவரை சார்ந்த குடும்பமோ கழகமோ அதிர்ச்சி அடைந்து விடுவார்கள். இத்தகைய பூச்சாண்டிகளுக்கெல்லாம் பயக்கப்படக்கூடிய இயக்கம் அல்ல திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகம்.
Backing DMK was its ally Congress, which alleged that such raids were becoming all too predictable.
BJP misusing the income tax department and enforcement directorate and CBI, and thereby trying to create confusion in the mind of the people of Tamil Nadu on the eve of election. Now the election mandate is very clear in Tamil Nadu. DMK Congress alliance will emerge victorious and Stalin will be the chief minister of Tamil Nadu.
MK Stalin said that these kind of intimidation tactics will not affect the party. Crown Prince, as BJP calls him, Udaynidhi Stalin, has gone on to challenge the BJP and IT department to raid his properties. Well, with just days ahead of the polls, it needs to see what will actually happen on April 6th and who will emerge victorious. With camera person Sukumar from Chennai, this is Akshaya Nath for India Today.
Miss India 2015 contestant and model Deeksha Singh is all set to take the political plunge by contesting the district panchayat elections from UP's Jaunpur. She spoke to India Today. In fact, she spoke to me, explaining what prompted this decision of hers. Take a look.
A model and one of the 2015 Miss India finalists, beauty queen Deeksha Singh is all set to take the political plunge. Deeksha will contest the district panchayat election from Uttar Pradesh's Jaunpur, the place she was born and spent her childhood in. Deeksha occupied the top spot on the trends list on Saturday, with internet abuzz with questions on what prompted the model's decision.
My dad just suggested me, and actually he always wanted me to be a part of politics. I've studied politics. I was a political science student. So then I just thought, why not?
Deeksha hopes to make things better in her hometown at a time when people are suffering due to the raging pandemic.
I wouldn't really say that I've completely left it or quit. I would just say that sometimes your heart just wants you to follow something. With COVID going on, and human beings and humanity needs to come together and make this place a better version of, like living. And I think the first priority for us right now, especially during these times, should be a change and something that makes everything better around us.
The 24-year-old model graduated from MES College of Arts and Commerce in Goa. She signed up for several modeling assignments after completing her graduation. Women's empowerment, she says, will be her key focus if elected.
The only thing that has not changed in so many years is where I come from. That's my hometown. I've been very fortunate enough that I've been born in a family who are very supportive and women empowering in their own way. There are many other children around me who have not seen the same life, who have not been through the same privilege.
Welcoming Disha's political entry, Samajwadi Party and BJP called her decision encouraging.
Deeksha has come back to fight panchayat elections in Jaunpur in UP. We are proud of her, and let's hope that she's successful. They will be able to bring new voices, young voices, women's voices to the table and change the political landscape.
We want more women in politics, more politicians, I can say. She is going to give a very good message to the society.
15 girls, Halloween party pe.
In 2020, Deeksha appeared in the music video of Darshan Rawal and Neha Kakkar's song Teri Aankhon Mein. Apart from this, she also starred in the music video of Darshan Rawal's song Rabba Meher Kari, which released this February. It now remains to be seen how she fares in her political innings. Bureau Report, India Today.
On to the COVID situation in Maharashtra that continues to remain grim. The state has recorded 49,447 fresh COVID infections on Saturday, the highest single-day spike since the beginning of the pandemic, with 277 deaths reported in the last 24 hours itself. Mumbai has seen 9,090 infections with 27 deaths. Pune, 5,270 positive cases and 44 deaths in 24 hours. Nagpur, 3,720 positive cases with 47 deaths. Curfew has been imposed in Pune between 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. for the next 6 days to curb the rise in COVID cases. No movement is allowed except for essential services. Earlier, Uddhav Thackeray said that the possibility of lockdown in Maharashtra just cannot be ruled out if the cases continue to rise. Maharashtra has been contributing 60% of the country's total cases for the last few weeks. And India Today group shines at ENBA Awards 2020, bagging the maximum number of 76 awards in various different categories, proving the true gold standard of journalism. Here's the complete report.
An award is recognition of a job well done. And when the ENBA 2020 were declared, it was amply clear on how well the job was done. India Today TV, as always, swept the awards. Proof of the standard of journalism practiced at India Today.
I'm very excited to share with you that the India Today group has won 76 trophies at the ENBA Awards. A true gold mine. I think this is a recognition of pure journalism and the fact that viewers like to hear both sides of the story. Doing one side of the story is easy. Doing both sides of the story is double the work. It strengthens our commitment to the middle path, to always be that listening room between both sides.
English News Channel of the Year, English, goes to India Today.
The jury chose India Today as the English News Channel of the Year. Rajdeep Sardesai was felicitated with being the best anchor by far in the English news universe.
Congratulations, Rajdeep.
He also picked up Best Talk Show English, as well as another award for Best Business Program on the Budget.
Congratulations, sir.
For his show Davos Brainstorm, Rahul Kanwal picked up the award for Best Business Show. He also won the award for his 8 p.m. evening show News Track, the award for the best primetime show in English. India Today TV dominated every primetime band award in English news.
And the Gold Award goes to India Today.
Gaurav Sawant's India First was adjudged the best late primetime show. Preeti Chaudhary's To The Point made a point by winning the best early primetime show award. India Today TV's morning show First Up, anchored by Akshita Nandagopal, was chosen as the best breakfast show in English news. Boria Mazumdar picked up a Best Anchor English award. Not just the anchors, but India Today reporters on the ground too showed their mettle. For Motorcycle Diaries, Delhi Elections, Preeti Chaudhary won the award for Best Continuing Coverage by a Reporter. Ankit Tyagi picked up the Best Continuing Coverage award by a reporter for his Corona ground reports from Patna. Ashutosh Mishra, Mausami Singh, Saurabh Vakhtania and Tanushree Pandey picked up individual awards in different categories for their reports filed from the field. Tanushree was also felicitated with the Young Professional of the Year award. For the digital version of India Today, news anchors Chaiti Narula and Nabila Jamal were adjudged Best Anchors in Digital News. Ritwik Bagchi and Vivek Mahindra were individually adjudged Best News Producers English. India Today TV's programming team picked up the awards for Best Coverage Social Issue, Best Coverage Travel, Best Coverage Entertainment, as well as 2 of the awards for Best Use of Technology by a news channel. It was not just the editorial team at India Today Television that raked in the awards. The technical team of video editors and video journalists too gathered the awards in individual categories. The promo team roped in the Best Show Identity and Best Channel Promo award. The India Today group completely swept the ENBA award ceremony with Tez, the Lallan Top and Aaj Tak dominating the field in their categories.
Please put your hands together for Shweta. Aaj Tak.
And once again, as every year, Aaj Tak maintained its Channel of the Year Hindi branding. Aaj Tak and India Today TV News Director Supriya Prasad was adjudged the News Director of the Year 2020. The India Today group hauled in a fantastic total of 76 awards at the ENBA 2020 ceremony. The gold standard in news television, that is India Today.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kanwal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.